as usual, this is the first couple minutes of the stream in which I flounder about helplessly and ask for input on audio balance. Let me fire myself some shots here and make sure it is not overtly loud. Overtly loud. Boost your voice a bit? I don't think that's happening.
Well, there is a volume knob on that thing.
Oh. Okay, hold on. I didn't realize that affected microphone.
Well, the microphone's plugged into it. No, not that.
Okay, what?
Well, it's a knob that says gain, I think, or volume. It's all the way on the left.
Tube preamplifier gain?
Gain.
Okay, I have no idea what...
Gainus disease.
I don't know what an audio is. Alright, I am sitting in the same place I went forth before Florf, and I am saying words while also eating cheese. Some of those words may have not been true.
Sometimes I may say things I do not personally believe to be true.
Perfect sound. Alright, cool. Let's immediately turn off the game, yeah. Okay, so here's the Earth. No. Oh, did I fuck up the chat? No, it's fine.
God damn it!
Okay, so anyway, I've done my share of Metroid Prime randomizers before. This one is slightly different from most. The randomizer has a few different settings for accessing the impact crater and the final boss and all that. The default being collect all the artifacts. You can also set it to be not all the artifacts, or you can set it to just be open at all times. I set it for beat all bosses, so apparently what that means is Flagra, Thardus, and the Omega Pirate are going to drop artifacts that I have to collect, and those are the only ones I need. So that basically just turns this game into find enough items until I feel comfortable with going to the end, which, because I've done low percent, may not be that many, but we'll see how that goes.
Hello.
Also, I'm dying,
Yeah, me too.
by which I mean I'm not actually. Aw, thought I was gonna get first try. You could have won a Porsche. But no, when I say I was dying, I worked yesterday and felt like shit throughout most of the day and was like questioning myself the entire day, like, shit, what if I caught the virus? What if I'm passing it on to everybody here? Oh god. And today felt only marginally better, but not much. And so I'm like, yeah, I'm not going into work. And I don't feel 100%, but I'm pretty sure I'm not actually sick. I figured it would be good to be safe, though. Can we make this? I fucking made this off screen. This shouldn't be that hard.
Well, thanks. I'm glad that the 22% run was interesting. I was kind of worried that it was a little on the boring side.
My god. Okay, let's practice. I swear to god, I can get this trick when I don't actually need... Like, right now, I'm getting, like, so much distance off of this. I just always choke when I'm on the ship for some reason.
I can usually get this in, like, a couple tries. But I'm just so used to doing it now. Part of the problem is I think you're too far back on the ship.
Maybe.
Also, I think you're letting go at the wrong time.
I always love the beginning of a playthrough of this. Come on, please. Like, this isn't hard. When I'm on ground level, I can usually do it no problem. Like, what the hell? I'm so bad at this. No.
Yes.
Dishwasher. What the fuck? Why?
Just let me know when you give up and I'll do it.
This is dumb.
And then I'll try it and I won't be able to do it either. Just watch.
Now I'm not even getting any distance. What the fuck? I'm getting speed. I think I'm not hitting the right spot. Okay. No! I fucking knew it. I knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah, when you land on that, you can't dick around. You gotta immediately, like, get up there.
Okay. Let's not fucking fall off this time.
Prime is a good game.
And watch it be for the flamethrower. Let's go.
I would not say that this is the best designed Metroid, but I would say this is the most fun one.
This one, Zero Mission, and Super are definitely my 3 favorites. Super, not as much, even though that game is really good. I still don't love some of its design choices, but I enjoy playing all 3 of those. Why, thank you, Manny. You have given us all a beautiful insight into how the world works. Do not drink the chocolate milk. Okay, Manny, do we need to ban you? Can you shut up? Don't really need missiles, but I'll grab them. I can't type.
Do you have any mods?
Yeah, I don't know if they're here. Alright. Well, he's dead. To all 0 people who are insulted by him saying those things, I apologize. I do not support being an asshat, but, yeah. And then I immediately start doing it.
King dead.
You just get stuck on random collision. What? What do you want? I don't care. I'm being sent probably sprites. I will look at them at some other point.
I could use a sprite.
Alright, do I have a way of seeing what's behind the ship? I know I can't get it, but can I see what it is? That looked like a missile, maybe? I actually can't tell. That might be a missile.
Can I take a look?
Hold on, maybe from this angle.
I'm sure it looks like a missile.
No, that's the charge beam. Okay.
That's a combi if I ever saw one.
Alrighty, well. Before we head into Chozo Ruins, I suppose I'll check out the steamy goodness. You know that.
Oh.
Steamy. Thank you. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Why am I getting messages?
People want your attention.
Yeah, that's fine. That one was the girlfriend unit. Alright, what's in steamy goodness? A missile. And going through Magmore Caverns does not sound like a pleasant experience right now, so...
Are you sure about that 5 minutes?
I'm pretty sure about that 5 minutes. Is it might take me 5 minutes to get through it, and I can only survive about 30 seconds probably. So there were a few optional rules I could set in the randomizer, and I think by default any of the suit upgrades protect you from heat damage. I changed it so only the Varia suit does, and I also changed like the way it works in vanilla is the defense buffs that you get are tied to what specific suit it is, and I changed it so they're cumulative. So no matter which suit I get first, it'll be a 10% increase, then 20, then 50. Figured that would be more interesting than just, well, I found Phazon suit, guess I can do everything. I also turned off the ability for the bombs to appear in a place that requires bombs to get out of, so I don't have to actually fight Zoid twice. However, I believe the Morph Ball can still appear in a place or in a way that makes me feel uncomfortable.
That's no good.
Well, there's the Boost Ball. Good to know that that's up there.
The Boost Ball is blocked by the Boost Ball.
Wait, yeah, what the fuck it is? I know I can ghetto jump up to it, but that's weird. It shouldn't work. Wait, actually, is that Boost or is that Spider?
That's Spider.
Okay. So I did a randomized seed of this a few days ago when I was bored, and I did settings similar to the ones I'm playing today. And I did not actually play that seed. I played a seed that I did like 4 months ago, and then I was sad because I kind of wasted my time with that. And in that seed, the boost ball was in the that room that I just came from. It's the section at the bottom where you have to like bomb open a little hole in the wall. It was down there, and I forgot to check that. So I went through the entire game not having boost and checked basically every single possible item location and was getting increasingly pissed off, and eventually had to give in and check the spoiler sheet, and it's like, the boost ball is in this place that you've already checked. I'm like, fuck no it isn't. And I looked up a couple other things, and I'm like, this is not the spoiler sheet of what I've been playing. And then I found out I was playing the wrong seed the whole time. It was pretty good. There's an E-tank that I cannot get. Oh wait, this is an item I can get. This was where the morph ball was in that seed. Oh, you've never heard of this game at all? Yeah, it's a good one. If you don't know anything about the Metroid series, it's hard to say whether you should start in a 2D game or with this one, but...
This was my first one, and I wound up enjoying the others anyway. But I definitely like this one the best. I think, much like the Super Mario, this game transitions really well into 3D. At least when handled by a competent studio.
What would I scan off of to get this item? This bridge?
I bought New Horizons, and I have not played it yet, because I'm still working on Rescue Team DX, and also Factorio a little bit, sometimes.
What other games has Team Ninja made? Probably stuff I've not played or heard of. Is there an ATHF called The? I know there's one called The.
Yeah,
and it's
there was an entire season.
The is one of my least favorite episodes in the series.
There was an entire season where every episode started with the something, and then, like, they kind of spoofed that.
They made Extreme Beach Volleyball, huh? Alright. I'm surprised they didn't overly sexualize Samus in Other M, then. I mean, they certainly made her fucking, like... What would you call it? Submissive, but that's not really the same thing. Oh, there's Morph Ball.
There he is! It's a good spot for it.
Are they that big in Other M? I don't remember. I know they are in Smash 4. Okay, that's...
I'm getting rid of this siege. In exchange for a Remoraid.
I like how we're like 5 minutes into the stream and we're already talking about breast size.
God, motherfucker. Get out of here.
Metroid Fusion does seem like not the best one to start with. I know it's very linear, but it was my first 2D Metroid and it kind of put me off from them actually, just because I wasn't, like, the game does handhold you for a lot of stuff, but not everything, and so when it doesn't, it's very jarring. Alright, I can get Charge Beam, which I don't really need, but I might as well, it's not that far away. I'm trying to think, because if I go back into the vanilla Morph Ball room, I can get that item in there, but that was just a missile. There's nothing else in there I care about at the moment until I have bombs. I can check what's at the crashed frigate, but I don't think I can actually get it yet.
Frigate.
I'd say the best 2D game to start on is Zero Mission, but Super is also good.
If you were to believe the Boss Keys series, which went over all of the games, Super Metroid would be the best one to start with.
Well, Zero Mission's the most hand-holdy.
That is precisely why.
Well, I mean, I see nothing wrong with that if you're getting into the genre.
It's not really my opinion, it's just,
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Alright, Charge Beam.
Like, between the two, I probably like Zero Mission better. I feel like it's polished more. Which isn't surprising, considering it came out much later.
Yeah. Y'all ever just fart? That was a good comment. No, start with Federation Force and then Other M, and then just don't play any of the other games. Can I help you, gentlemen? Alright. Let's see, what do we got down here? That looked like a missile expansion. Yeah, we don't care about that. I don't have enamel flossing. Joel does.
What?
What? I said what I said.
I don't know what it means.
Enamel flossing.
What is that?
Animal Crossing.
Oh. I already said that.
I know.
I have it, and I haven't even put it in the system yet. I'm still stuck on Rescue Team Dix. I like the Enamel Buster. It's a piece of chocolate, like it's a chocolate
With like an almond
with
in it.
a single almond on top for some reason.
What about the exhausted super stick?
That's a roll of tape.
I know. How about the worm condo? Alright, so I guess we are just gonna progress on to the Arboretum slash like ruined courtyard area. Let's see what we find over there. Get your hellin' damn ass back in that bitchin' damn room, damn it. Did I missile up there? I forgot to check earlier. Or I did check, but I already forgot what it was. Oh, hey. You do indeed exist. You've already missed discussions of breasts. I'm sure there will be many more. You also missed someone spamming the N-word a bunch, and then I banned them. I like how I unmorphed like a second too early there. That was good. And in here we have another missile that I don't care about. Yeah. No, it wasn't Cockjew. I already forgot their name. Oh, good. That was some ping pong action right there. Fred goes cock Jew. Yeah, I mean we might be able to continue Pokemon White soon due to various world events. Super Missile. Shit, I have Super Missile super early, because I have the charge beam too. It's not necessarily a bad thing to have. Oh right, I need to be scanning things. Hey. What the fuck is with the lock-on? I'm having problems with it for some reason.
Here's the problem.
We have the opposite problem of there being too many toasters. We tried to get a toaster, and then we got fucking kicked out.
Yeah, that is actually what happened.
I actually didn't even check what item was behind here.
Plasma?
Ooh, I'd like me some plasma. Okay, so the actual story is we went to Target, and I'm going to say Target because I'm not a mom, so I don't have to say Target. They were out of all of the paper goods, as you would expect, and they were also out of bread and pasta. But other than that, they had a pretty decent selection of stuff. I was kind of surprised. Joel suddenly decided, hey, let's buy 3 boxes of waffles because we have syrup and I want to use it. And so we bought 3 boxes of waffles, but we don't actually have a toaster. And we were going to go get a toaster, but like a guy comes up, is like, hey, we're closing. Are you going to be wrapping up? And it's like, yeah, we only need to get one more thing. And can we get it? And he's like, well, I mean, the toaster's on the other side of the store, so I don't know. Just head out right about now. So we didn't get a toaster. We had a toaster, and it broke due to mysterious circumstances.
I used it to make waffles, and it just broke. Like, I put 2 waffles in and cooked them, and they popped and came out fine. I put them on the plate. I put the next 2 in, and...
Wait, where am I going?
I don't know where you're going.
I don't want to fight the burn drone, because I might not be able to get out, and I don't think I can actually do anything else in this section. Because I need bombs to even open the path to the furnace. Yeah, I don't think I want to be here. because I set the game specifically to not put bombs in there.
Yeah, I'd like to play more Luigi's Mansion. There's one person who is preventing us from doing that.
Hey, I told you she expressed interest in doing it.
Yeah.
We might.
And I'm expressing interest in doing it again.
Okay. Well, we might do that soon then. But I'm playing this goddamn game, so now we can't.
This fucking game.
This fucking piece of shit. No, I don't know.
This game is a piece of shit. This thing isn't held together with duct tape, but it is still held together with epoxy and, like, Elmer's glue.
So for anybody who is curious, of the three of us, I still have work, and I'm getting texts apparently. Oh, yeah, sure. So I still have work 5 days a week until further notice. I took today off because I wasn't feeling 100% and didn't want to risk it. Joel is working from home, and Nicole was working until yesterday. So the chances of us finding time to do stuff has increased. So what do I have access to with Morph Ball but not bombs that I've not already checked? Yeah, I mean, I could do Isaac at some point. I don't know about this week, but I mean, I'm open to trying that. This was just a missile, right? Yeah. I mean, I'll get it. Are all GameStops closed? Because I heard that they declared themselves like an essential business. And then I heard this thing yesterday about, like, apparently some place in California got, like, mandated to shut down, and then they stayed open anyway and got in, like, a bunch of trouble. I don't know if that was actually true, though. Okay, so what else is available? Because I don't have Space Jump or Grapple Beam, so I can't climb Root Cave. I feel like the game doesn't want me to go into Magmore yet. It might. That would kind of suck, though. Am I missing something obvious? Yeah, I went over the charge beam area. That's where I got plasma. I'm thinking. Because if I fight Burn Drone, there's no way I can get out unless it gives me bombs, and I specifically set the seed to not put bombs there. So I don't think there would be any reason for me to go fight that. Relic at the Shrine. What's that place? Item at the Crash Frigate's a missile, I checked. Shrine by the landing site. What, like the artifact temple? I checked that. Can I ghetto jump for Spider Ball without Space Jump? I don't think so.
Without Space Jump, I don't think so. Actually, no, I think you can. It's just really precise.
I don't think Spider Ball would help me at the moment anyway.
Not without...
Let's see.
No, it wouldn't.
So yeah, this room I need bombs for one thing, boost for the other. Boost or double jump, either one works. This place needs Spider, and it's only a missile anyway. Magma Pool exists, but I don't have boost even if I did want to Flicker Ball. Let's see. I got one of the 3 items here. No, there's 4 items here, but I can only get one of them now. Actually, wait. Do I need bombs to access that one door here? I think I do. I think I need bombs.
I don't remember what room that is.
That's the charge beam room. There's a thing underwater, which I can't get, and then there's a side room with 2 items that I think you need bombs to get into.
Do you? I thought you could just roll right into it. Oh, wait. No, I think it's blocked by a little piece of stone, yeah.
Let's see. Energy core. Wait, what's energy core access? Oh, yeah, this is... Yeah, I can't do anything in furnace without bombs. Push over the lamp.
Pushing over the lamp.
I can't fight Flagra until I have bombs. What the hell? Certainly it's not asking me to go into Magmor Caverns. Because I could, but it would really suck. I don't think I have access to anything else here. I can get in that plasma beam door, but I need space jump and grapple beam to get that high. Either I'm really stupid, or it wants me to go through Magmor. Let me check this route again, make sure there's nothing I can get here. No, I haven't gotten to suit yet. So you did end up eating the pound of bacon. You were telling me about that earlier. So yeah, E-tank, useful but not necessary. Can't reach anyway without bombs. For the record, I set the seed to not require any tricks. I want to use tricks when I know them, but I don't want them to be required. There's an item in here, but I need bombs to get it. Okay, did you try the TV story? It's from a Spoony vlog called Hotel from Hell, in which he went to E3 and was in a really shitty hotel, and they couldn't figure out how to turn on the air conditioning, and they keep calling down to the office, and the person on the phone says, "Did you try the TV?" And they're just kind of dumbfounded and are like, "Did you try the TV?" And then one of them gets up and is like, "Well, I mean, I see power, channel, volume, I don't see temperature."
Joe, you ignorant slut.
Yeah. Justin, you Jew bastard.
And then a guy comes up and manhandles the entertainment center. And behind it, there's a thermostat which has been removed from the wall and is sitting on a shelf, like, behind the entertainment center. And there's, like, exposed wires and shit.
Yeah, it sounded pretty good.
Hold on, I'll try to hold back the flow.
I don't know why I'm doing this, because I don't have Spadoiter Ball. But also, I learned this from the seed I did a few days ago. You do not want to go into the Flagra boss chamber from this direction without having fought Flagra first, because it makes him just not appear. And it also doesn't make the flower appear, so even if you fight the Chozo ghosts and they drop their item, it's floating up like 30 feet in the air and you can't reach it. It's pretty good. So I opened that for no reason. Okay, let's go down to Magmor Caverns, use the save station to heal, and then fucking die, because I have no energy tanks. Maybe if the item in the first room that replaced the artifact is bombs, I can get that and leave without dying. I don't know. Oh yeah. I should probably record Kirby tomorrow. Because I'm behind on a couple videos. For anyone wondering, I'm doing Kirby 64 as the Patreon videos. They're not public yet. I don't know if I'd ever do another Majora Rando. That one was kind of confusing. Again, since certain world events have caused a certain person that I know to not have work, we could potentially do a Zelda rando together. I'd be interested in trying Oot. Let me just jump into this fire here, and yeah, no, this is entirely unreasonable. This is not happening. Okay, so without an E-tank, that's not happening. If I got an E-tank, maybe. No worries about the patron stuff, especially with people kind of needing to hold on to their money now. And yeah, I have actually been very slowly doing some stuff in Crystal off-screen. I created a couple of corrupted eggs, and was concerned that I fucked up the save file irreparably, but it seems to be fine. You know, I always thought that dogs, you know, laid eggs, but I learned something today. That is a very, I'm not sure what I would call that, a very, like, fuck,
A very fuck.
I don't know what I'm trying to say. Basically, that was a very good thing said there about the, those are the only words I can say. It was a good thing. No, inspiring, I guess. But, like, I've also not made one in a long time, and they aren't that good, and I think that you're kind of giving them a little bit too much credit, but thank you nonetheless. Finally, a rottenness worthy of my rotten cock. No, I have not. Okay, I am still unsure where to go. I could go fight fucking Morty. You know, Morty. I don't have any other options at the moment, so... Oh wait, no, I do. Hold on. I have super missiles. What's in there? What is it? Is it bombs? Fucking bees and... Oh my god. No, I don't want to scan the tree. I want to see what fucking item is in the tree. I assume I can jump down to there from up above.
Yeah, I think so.
Without space jump. I don't think I've tried it, but let's give it a shot. Hopefully this is bombs.
Does anyone have any suggestions on another way to cook waffles? Other than...
Pan fry them.
Pan fry? Do I just throw them in a pan with what,
some
like
oil.
some butter?
It was bombs. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's put in some butter or oil and...
Yeah, I got shiny Spinda yesterday in Mystery Dungeon. That was interesting. I don't really want to microwave waffles. I've done that before. They don't come out very good. Pan fry them in butter. But thaw them first. Well, okay, I guess.
No, I think I'm gonna not do that, actually.
Wrap it in foil, then put it in the microwave? Oh, yeah.
Then we'll have a Jonah incident in which he puts a fucking like burger wrapped in tinfoil in the microwave. It starts a fire, and then he just goes, ah! And I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, shinies are always the strong enemy. Like, those are the only shinies in the game. Like, you can't just get whatever stuff shiny. It's gotta be the strong enemies. I encountered a couple shiny Dragonites, but I couldn't recruit them at the time. No, I like Sword and Shield. And I don't really hate Sun and Moon, I just find them boring.
And put a thing of ramen in the microwave without water. Yeah, that's what my grandma did once. Basically, like, made the entire fucking apartment toxic. Wait. You shattered a butter dish by turning on the stovetop instead of the oven. Huh.
I have only seen one mystery house, and I didn't have an invitation when I saw it because I didn't know what the hell those were at the time, so...
Okay, I don't need to go that way anymore because nothing in that direction really matters to me. So I guess we're gonna go do the furnace area because I have bombas. Hey, you two should argue over the correct way to play Mystery Dungeon. Because I've been kind of like the middleman in this. And I'm the one...
What do you mean the correct way to play Mystery Dungeon?
Because you enjoy min-maxing, and she enjoys just doing a bunch of like rescue missions and not like metagaming at all. And there's like... I've had to be the middleman in... some debates over like what the correct way to play the game is. It's pretty good.
Play the game however you want.
Nope, gotta have a war over it. If I can like threaten people with violence over trading... No, I know it was never an argument. I'm just making things sound more dramatic than they are. Here's the Game Boy. Here's the Game Boy. This is the Game Boy. In this level, Jim is... That was it. Jim is... I have put a CD in a microwave before. It's interesting. I recommend it.
I would not recommend doing that.
Why not?
Because it's liable to start a fire.
Well, you just gotta be careful. Yeah, that was what I was gonna say. The blind cave salamander. Yeah, let's go. Yeah. Yeah. Watch this be a missile.
Well, fuck you, Kif.
And
I
also
didn't know,
Baltimore.
I didn't know that they'd changed the game mechanics and then didn't rebalance it to match.
It was a missile.
Now I know.
Yeah.
And I've always liked min-maxing stuff. I'm sitting here farming up a team that I've engineered to be, like, broken as hell in this game right now. Peace and understanding isn't very cash money. Yeah,
Peace and love.
sure enough.
I'm threatening you with peace and love. Buntvi, you are a worthless piece of shit. You did not get the stag beetle, Buntvi. You fucked. I have not done that, but I've heard it leads to good things. But no, the best microwave thing to do is the stupid thing I did where I put a light bulb inside an empty bag of Cheetos and then put that in the microwave, because both of those things independently are good, because light bulbs just flash a bunch of colors and then explode, and empty chip bags like generate lightning and then shrink down to the size of a postage stamp. And so I was able to get the bag to shrink around the light bulb. It was pretty good. Obviously, you want to take it out before the light bulb explodes. Oh wait, I can get the thing up here. Yeah. That was a good job right there. It was a Tim and Eric awesome show, great job, and it was also a what the fuck the guy's name is? Hargnolin Sclopio Pepio.
Brad Neely's Hargnolin Sclopio Pepio.
So the other night, I get home from work, and like I brought home a pizza, and we're eating the pizza, and just kind of like looking on YouTube, and there's a stupid clip from ATHF, and we watch that, and then I'm like, we start just talking about Adult Swim stuff, and so we eventually get onto the Wikipedia article for like every show that's been on Adult Swim, because I stopped watching it back in like 2005, and I know like barely any of the stuff that they put out after that. And so we're going down this list, and then we see Brad Neely's Hargnolin Sclopio Pepio, and we're like, what the fuck is this? Like, what is this title?
And it's a spin-off show from a show called China, Illinois, which is good. Yeah, I used to watch Is It a Good Idea to Microwave This?
I also did. I like the one where they microwaved an airbag and one of them almost died. And the one where they tried to microwave a microwave.
I like the one where they microwaved a microwave.
It was just broken pieces of a previous one they had,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, they just broke up an old microwave and put it in a new one, and that broke the new one. Because nobody likes roasted nuts. Nobody.
Had to make that joke every single episode.
Yeah.
Did you microwave the TV? Nice. I've not actually watched Family Guy in a really long time, but I've not heard good things about it as of late.
I tend to catch an episode once every week when I go to visit my parents. Usually one will come on and I'll see it. And oh my god, the new seasons are fucking horrible. Like, it's embarrassing to watch. I feel embarrassed for them.
For what it's worth, I mean, I know people don't necessarily care about his opinions, but the Mr. Enter Worst Cartoons of the 2010s video came out recently, and Family Guy was #1.
Of the 2010s?
Yeah, it started before then, but it ran throughout the entire decade, so it still technically counts.
Oh, I see, okay. When you said the 2010s, I assumed you just meant the year of 2010, and I'm like, why is a video about 2010 coming out in 2020? That's weird. I don't think... I haven't seen an episode of Family Guy that's a recent episode that had a single funny joke in it. But there might be episodes that do have funny jokes in them. I have not seen, like, all of the new episodes. I've just seen, like, random samplings of them. Like, maybe 10 at most. Spread about several seasons, so...
Wait, what is GeoGuessr doing now? And yeah, I liked his Nick retrospective also. It was Knickknacks, but highly condensed. Knickknacks is also a good show. Did you know that Cy Schneider had original plans for Nickelodeon to be a green vegetable channel,
PBS
a PBS that you pay for, and that someone hands him a piece of paper in very grainy footage once per video?
Looks like someone ironed out his face. This didn't fit the green vegetable model of this ice beam.
Alright, time to rub my face against a wall.
Hump this post.
Oh shit, I can actually get Spider Ball. I need to go back and do that. Yeah.
Hello.
Did you know that boobs grow in space? No, but I mean, I guess.
In the same way that a human body would, I guess. I'm actually kind of annoyed that I got the ice beam, because now that means I can continue, and I didn't actually want to. I wanted to have that. So GeoGuessr's fucked then?
Number one. Of course that missed, why wouldn't it? Hey, Lois. For some reason, Vinny can do, like, a fucking perfect Stewie impression. It's kind of unsettling.
I'm the one who tends to like doing flicker ball. Josh doesn't seem to like flicker ball.
My problem with it is nothing with the trick itself. It's just that I never looked up how to do it back in the day, and so like, every time that you've explained it, I've just never committed it to memory.
It's not hard to do.
It's just a matter of memorizing the positioning and angling, which I haven't done.
I don't have those memorized.
No?
I just fuck about with it until it works.
Okay, so if this does not give me wave beam, then this is the point where I have to turn back. I'm assuming this is not going to give me wave beam.
Ball roll out. Let's see what you have. Body slammer or a beam. Defense curl.
Ghosts don't die? Do you really think you'll be able to get out of here alive? Oh, Peter. I don't know what happened there. I've never really played or... Oh my god, is that the fucking wave beam? No, I didn't want the wave beam. I want to turn back. Oh my god. I've never really seen anything in the Doom series, so I haven't looked into the new one. Well, I have all three beams. I mean, that's cool. I would like to go back and get Spadoiter Ball, but it's a long walk back. Actually, hold on, let me get this one. Okay, well, let's see. If I continue going this way, I get the item that replaced Ice Beam. I can get the item that is in, like, the overgrown tunnel thing. And I can technically get into Life Grove. Yeah, I can get into Life Grove. Oh, hey, Powerbomb. I can't do Life Grove proper because I don't have boost. I can get the item. Yeah, I'll still dead end unless I choose to hop the bars. So I'm gonna draw the line with hopping the bars. I'll go over there and check the rest of the stuff, though.
You should hop the bars.
I don't want to hop the bars, because then I'm going to have to go into Phazon Mines. Or the...
No, you can just unlock the shortcut and leave.
But I don't have boost.
Oh, you don't have boost. Okay.
Plasma replaced...
Charge beam.
Yeah.
And charge beam's just sitting next to the ship.
Oh god, you had to do the fucking frog quest twice. That sucks. I've become TikTok famous. Will I just create a new Beanie Baby meme to rival the likes of Beanie Baby Snail? I'll make a getting Schwifty levels of quality song involving just some obscure beanie, like, I don't know, Butch the Terrier. Yeah, get Schwifty. Oh, take a shit on the floor. Oh. Like, what the Why? I don't know. I mean, the thing is, I don't understand TikTok at all because I'm like 90 years old, and so these damn kids these days do stuff that makes no sense to me. And TikTok apparently is just like the evolved form of Vine, and I didn't understand Vine either, but from what I understand, that was an evolved form of YTMND, which I did kind of enjoy. I was never like a part of it, but I was aware of it.
I wouldn't say that YTMND and Vine are like... YTMND wasn't video sharing, it was like...
No, but it was a very short thing usually. Like,
yeah.
That's kind of the appeal of Vine and TikTok, I think. Is
yeah, it's video sharing for videos specifically that are very short. It's meant to be like mobile accessible.
Okay, actually, let me do that 1 second. I'll do this one, get the item that's over here, head back, and then, yeah. I get it. She's named Sandy, and she's covered in... Yes! God, I think I've heard of Cow Sanity. Yeah, you gotta compress all of your entertainment down into the smallest possible format. It's like when you try to it's basically like converting like the binary values of a bunch of unrelated things into a single hex value just to save space. There's usually a very easily visible... Yeah, here it is. Okay, we'll take that. And if I wanted to be a douchebag, I could get the item in the Life Grove Tunnel, but then I would have to do a vent shaft style bomb jump out of it, and I don't feel like doing that. Because I would take like 5 hours, so...
Time to get vent shafted.
Didn't Joe Merrick name off all the Pokemon from memory recently, and people, like, gave that video a ton of attention?
Yeah.
Really need to do another Beanie video soon. I hope Karen's available to join me on that soon. You can have glitches and sequence breaking in the logic. You can require certain tricks. I left all of them as unrequired just so that it wouldn't force me to do anything stupid. Was that knocking sound?
Probably someone going in or out of their apartment down the hall.
It sounded like it came from your phone.
What now?
Basically, it was that moment from Courage the Cowardly Dog where Muriel is like, I thought I heard the door slam. And then Eustace is like, the door slammed. And she's just like, oh. Now let's just tank it. Venom weed, please. Venom weed, please. Okay. Debating if I want to go in the sunken ship. I really, really don't. Ice beam bomb slot led to the wave beam. Depends what sequence break you're talking about. Some of the ones in this game are piss easy to do, and some of them are very hard. Like geothermal core without boost, which I have still never done. But then 2D Metroids also have shit like fighting Ridley without the Variasuit. No, it's just a missile. I don't care about that. Joe Gantner. I think I need Grapple Beam to climb Root Cave, so we're not going to go that way. I still don't have Variasuit, so I don't really want to go in that place. So I'll get Spadoiter Ball, and then I'm not sure what. What else is available to me? Can you climb up Root Cave with just Space Jump? Okay. Well, let me get Spadoiter Ball at least. Hello, new person. It depends. What do you mean by want to be my friend? Do I have to sign any papers? I don't know. I mean, like, if you join the Discord or something and, like, want to talk there, I mean, I'm not opposed to that necessarily. I usually don't talk to people very much, but just depends. Oh yeah, I can do Tower of Light also and head that way. I'll provide content for you and you alone. And save state so that I can go out of bounds. I may not have work tomorrow. Well, good, because I don't work Mondays anyway. But no, what do you mean by that? Fuck it, I'm not going to go out of bounds. Okay, that sounds like something I should probably be aware of.
What?
A shelter-in-place order, apparently.
What's that?
I don't know. Well, yeah, I know because of the virus, but...
Oh, because Dallas County has issued a shelter-in-place order. What the fuck is that? I don't know if Dallas rules apply to us. Because we're not technically in Dallas. We're in Dallas County, I think.
Yeah, we are.
But we're not in Dallas City.
I mean, I would be more than happy for that to be the case, because I don't want to keep putting myself at risk. Because I am actually taking it pretty seriously now. I guess I'll find out. I am not supposed to go back to work until Wednesday, so we'll find out between now and then. I was supposed to go into work today, and then I let everybody down. Come on, game.
Okay, well, if I need to leave the house, I'm gonna leave the house. I mean, I've been not really doing that much anyway. I'm trying to limit my exposure, but if I need to go out to get something, I'm gonna go out and get something. I hear that the Asian market down the road has supplies because no one is going in the Asian market, which is funny.
It's because Asian people insert honking noise here. Oops. And this is for...
Favorite meme off the top
What
of
is
my
that?
head? What the fuck was that?
Whatever it is, I guess I'm gonna get it.
Can we get a second look at that?
It's not a missile expansion, so it's something I might be interested in.
Oh, well that's been there.
That is Old Kentucky Shark, and it has been there.
I like that camera angle there.
Yeah. Was it a visor?
I can't... There are a handful of memes that will just never not be funny to me, but I can't...
X-ray. Okay.
I can't think of one off the top of my head right now.
There's probably a way to climb it. I'm not sure what it would be, though. No, the one that powers down the station is the thermal visor, but it's not tied to the item. It's just whatever is in that particular location. I like Dat Boy. It's the most worthless fucking meme, and that's what...
Oh shit, that boy, what up?
Okay, so where do I want to be going? Let me review. Oh, I can go fight Flagra. I should do that. Because that is, in fact, required. Can I get out of the map, please?
Oh shit, what up? Okay, the Lord Marquand E meme, that's probably one that I would list as one of my favorites. I like the E meme. It's another one like Dat Boy where it has no meaning and shouldn't be funny, but just the sheer idea that it exists and that it is popular is in itself funny.
Oh boy, ghosts! Guess what I'm not gonna bother with?
But if I was gonna pick a favorite meme, it would probably be one that's actually a template format, where like people can make new variants of it. Because the problem with the Marquand E meme is that it's not a template. It's just a single image, so it's like.
I like how quickly I got that.
Yeah, that was pretty good. And while being attacked, no less.
The Gru's Plan one is pretty good, yeah.
The Gru's Plan one is okay. I don't think that one's all that great, though.
Oh god, I forgot about that. I don't know if that was a meme as much as it was just a Reddit post that got popular, but it was still pretty good.
I forget why I went in here. Why did I go in here? Oh yeah.
Something about root beer. Oh, did they?
They did what? Who did what?
People made memes out of Nicole's Conkeldurr thing.
Uh-oh.
I really hate the nobody meme too. That one pisses me off every time I see it. For a couple of reasons. Number one, because it usually is used in contexts where it doesn't even make any sense. And number two, because I kind of just hate the amount of shit that J.K. Rowling is getting anyway. But that's getting into a touchy subject because she is also being shitty towards like trans people. So like in that sense, yeah. But in terms of like retconning Harry Potter stuff, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Moves used in corridors will never miss. That's fairly specific.
The thing that I'm saying is that basically there hasn't really been that many things that she's retconned or whatever. The Dumbledore is gay thing was like right when I think this last book came out, so that one wasn't really that bad, and like the books do kind of support it. And then more recently than that, there was the wizard shit their pants and vanish it away thing, which is really fucking stupid. But I think that was the only one that was like actually dumb. The only other one is the like... People seem to think that, like, she made this claim that Hermione was black, and that's not actually what she said. It was just that they got a black actress in the play, and she didn't have a problem with this, and that was it. So, like, I don't know. Has the stream been going? I don't know. I'd have to move the window.
5 seconds. I mean, it's at least 0.
Alright, well, I have the spider ball, so let's do this the way that doesn't require spider ball, just to be fun. No, it was Hermione. Yeah, timing. Okay, I fucked it up. But the thing is, there's 5 movies in Fantastic Beasts, and we've only gotten 2 of them.
God, there's gonna be 5 of them?
Like, that was the plan, at least.
Wow.
So, like, they could very easily include that in later ones. Like, I don't get the problem.
I wonder when they're gonna make the next Warcraft movie, because that movie came out, I saw it, people didn't like it, I thought it was okay, but that's because I already know the lore for the game. If you don't already know the lore, then it's bad, because it doesn't make any sense. But, I think they said they were gonna make, like, 3 or 5 of those. And, the second one ain't come out yet. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna, because they were pretty successful in China, so I would imagine they're gonna keep going with that.
Good. So what we need to do then is to get Randy Marsh to kill Winnie the Pooh, and then everything will be fine. For the record, I've not actually seen the second Fantastic Beasts movie. I've heard it was really bad. Yeah, it's bad.
I would like to go to the theaters and see the Sonic movie, but that's just not possible now.
Yeah. Okay, so where am I going next? I don't think I want to do Magmore Caverns. Let's see what's available. Allegedly Root Cave. I can make an attempt to go into Magmore, but I know I'm not going to get very far. No, I don't think I would want to watch a Cursed Child movie.
Well, why the hell not?
People say that the play is good, even though the script sucks, which is really weird. So they're basically saying that if you ignore the plot, it's good. Here, hold on, let me... Just to save time, I'll reload if this doesn't lead to anything good.
Is that a monster house? No. Just a big room.
How does it sound pedophilic? What? I did not want to fall in the lava, actually. Thank you. Okay, that's a missile. Fuck it. Don't need to be here. Yeah, I got all 4 beams before any suit upgrades. It was pretty impressive. Okay, so what else is available? I can hop the bars and do Phazon mines if I absolutely need to. I can do Sunken Ship if I need to, up to a point. I can't get through the entire thing. I have not looked at or played blah 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 blah
blah blah blah.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, it sucks.
I mean, it might not suck.
I have no idea. I don't know if it does or not. How do I like RTDX? I think they fucked it up, but I do like it better than the original, I think, because, like, they fucked it up in some ways.
I can get an item here.
But they improved it in others, and I think the improvements generally kind of outweigh the things that they fucked up for the most part.
Okay. Yeah, I think I want to go this way. Ruined Fountain and also the Crossroads have items. I need to check both of those.
I am admittedly a little disappointed that it doesn't have more Pokemon in it than just Gen 3 plus random Gen 4 things. But I can't say that I would have expected it since, you know, the original didn't, like, so it checks out. And it would have been a lot for them to add in all that shit somewhere. It might have been too much, like, I get that, but it would have been nice.
Still not getting this missile. Don't give a shit.
Oh, they're gonna add DLC? That's interesting. I'm interested in that. I do like this game a lot.
Who's 18 at the end of the books? Who are we talking about?
I really hate its flaws because they're stupid and easy to fix, but, like, I am having a lot of fun going through this game. Although I think that's primarily just because I just like Mystery Dungeon. Yeah, I know. Super Mystery Dungeon's on my list.
Yeah, 17 or 18. His birthday is July 31st, and the 7th book, like the Fall of Voldemort, was in May 1997, I think.
That's old
Or
news,
98.
man. That's some pretty old news, man. Yeah, I've heard about Gates being bad. I've heard that very many times. It's the sort of thing where I don't know if I want to just kind of take people's word on that, but also it's old enough at this point to where I don't really have any...
Yeah.
I don't really have any special feeling like I need to go play it. Like, I basically don't see what Gates to Infinity would have that Super Mystery Dungeon wouldn't at this point. I went through Explorers, and I liked Explorers. That was good. I'm kind of hoping that gets remade in a more modern format, so I can
finish the post game.
I didn't finish the post game, but that's just because I kind of by then I was just Mystery Dungeoned out because I had just gone through the first game, and then I went through the second game, and I was getting burned out. I got very Mystery Dungeoned out. But I did like Explorers. It was good. I think Explorers was a good sequel to, Rescue Team there. Yes, that would be the post game. Thank you. Much like in Rescue Team, how the post game is the second half of the game, and how in Gen 2 the post game is the second half of the game. The clarification was not necessary! You fucking asshole!
Budvi.
Get up! Throw this table!
Budvi, you are a worthless piece of shit.
I like that the post game is big. A big post game is a good thing. As long as it's
I'm
good.
still of the opinion that Gen 2 doesn't have a post game and that Kanto is still part of the
That's
game.
another way to look at it. I prefer to think that Kanto is just the post game and it's big. Yeah, it's big.
Yeah, it's big. Yeah, it's big. Yeah, it eats.
Motherfuck!
Budvi.
The third Ammonite I've gotten that has shell armor.
God.
That's a 1 in 8 chance, dang it.
Not using Spider Ball.
Oh, hold on a second here.
Well, Kanto is 1 hour of the game, but then you have to level up to fight Red, because, like, by the time you get done with all the gyms, you'll still be, like, level 50-something, and Red is in, like, the 70s and 80s. What do we got over here? Joel has left the building, so he will not be responding to comments for the moment. That is a power bomb. That is of interest to me. And I fuck it up. Fuck it up, yeah. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. How's the controller clacking? I'm sure it's very loud and good. It doesn't have on, but honestly I don't find it too terrible. What do you mean? Okay, I don't want to hop the bars and do Phazon Mind yet. The problem is that I technically could, but goddamn do I not want to. So I'm thinking Root Cave. And then, apparently the second half of Magmoor Caverns is mostly cooled down. so I don't need Varia to get through it. I guess we'll see. Icy Cthulhu. What is that, Curum? Using the mouse is like petting one of your many cats. You can stroke it up and down or side to side. There are two types of cats. Cats with balls and cats with lasers. To find out what kind of cat your mouse is, just turn it over. It should be obvious. So, heading back to Root Cave, I suppose. I sure do love going through the same, like, 10 rooms over and over again. There is probably a faster way to get there. You know what? I'm here. Fuck it. I'll get this item. There's baby otters on Animal Planet. That sounds adorable. I see. Alright then. That's true, it's not blindingly orange. I always love making the trek to Root Cave. For some reason, it's always like the most visited area in any playthrough of this game, especially randomizers. I could not tell you why. Yeah, I think my options right now are either hop the bars, go through the sunken ship, or do this. And I'm going to choose this. Hopping the bars isn't even that bad. I just don't want to go into Phazon Mines yet.
Out of curiosity, how audible was I?
I could hear that you were talking, but I couldn't hear anything that
Couldn't
you were
make out
saying.
words, okay.
Got
It didn't really matter. If people could hear what I was saying, that would have been fine. I just...
Nah, I mean, it's more like elephant feet. So what do you think, about 50 bucks? I'll leave the key under the Atme.
That was my dad. He was just calling, checking in, making sure that I was okay, which is fine. But, he reminded me that my mom actually works in the healthcare industry. She's a nurse and she works at a hospital. I didn't even think about that.
Oh.
Because she's kind of like, she's not the kind of nurse that like runs around and actively takes care of people. She's kind of like the head nurse or something. She's more administrative in nature, but she still is at the hospital getting exposed to shit. I didn't even think about that.
That sucks.
And, you know, they shut down my dad's business because it's non-essential, but, you know, she still goes to work and could bring that back and infect all of them, and I just kind of hope that doesn't happen.
Gravity suit, huh?
Gravity suit.
I'm thinking the game wants me to do sunken ship. I am going to still try my luck with the Magmore Caverns here. Let me save first. This might be a bust. Gravity suit would prevent heat damage, but I set a rule that I think is going to make it not do that. Am I just unable to use...
When taking damage, yeah.
Okay. Hold on, then. Let's test some shit. Okay, so let's see if it's even remotely feasible to get through this without Spider. I'm guessing it's not. No, it was. That wasn't actually that bad. And there's no more heated rooms after that, I don't think.
I like how you just cranked that out first try. Like, that isn't that bad, except for the part where you have to, like, you have to land on the ledge using the...
I didn't actually land on the ledge.
What? Yeah, you did.
Oh, do you mean, like, when I did the bomb jump?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I thought there was, like, a rock to the left I was supposed to land on.
No.
These aren't heated rooms because the game doesn't expect you to be over here without Variasuit, so it just never bothered programming it. Can't do this without boost.
Well, remaking games is the cool thing to do now. I imagine Gen 4 will get remade. It probably doesn't need it, but... No.
Twilight Princess didn't need it. Well, that was a remaster.
Honestly, actually, maybe Gen 4 could use it. People
Yeah.
bitch about it being slow enough. I would say starting in Gen 5, the games don't need remaking anymore. Because Gen 5 is mechanically sound, I think.
Yeah. Unless they want to just move it into 3D, but it doesn't need it.
It's pretty close as it is. I mean, it's not 3D, but like it's mechanically similar enough to the future games.
I'm expecting there to be hyped up or like souped up versions of the box legendaries.
I like Gen 8, so how about you let those of us that like Gen 8 enjoy Gen 8 while it's out and you be patient? Damn.
Much like every single one of my streams, it must turn into Generation Wars, except it hasn't actually yet.
No.
It might be getting there.
No, Generation Wars is different from incessant bitching about Sword and Shield.
As long as we can all agree that insert very obscure and unliked Pokemon here is the best Pokemon, then we're all in agreement here. Yeah, chunky burps, yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's fuck.
Would-be. You are a worthless piece of shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep quoting that forever.
Would be you fuck.
Except it's actually, I think it's Bootvi. I keep saying Bootvi. Either way.
I don't know how you could tell that it's one or the other. It's so, like, incomprehensible.
Alright. So, remember when I said I didn't want to hop the gate to... Oh wait, no, there's a elevator to Phendrana here. I'll just do that. Yeah, fuck Phazon Mines. I have access to it from a few different directions now. I'm going to put it off for as long as possible. Well, me and Arceus is a god, but yeah. You also can't actually catch Arceus, you just have to be given it from some random person that happens to have it. Or wander through out-of-bounds territory and perform a bunch of weird shit to catch it, as the case may be.
That's what I usually do. I like tweaking.
What do you mean you usually do? Have you ever even done that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I got, like, in my... I think it was in my copy of Pearl. That's how I got the event legendaries. It's not hard to do.
No. I've done it for Darkrai and Shaman. I've not done it for Arceus because they only figured out how to do that like a couple of years ago.
No, I remember being able to do it.
I remember it being a recent discovery, so I don't know. I will question your memory.
I could be remembering wrong.
Must always do this.
I know for sure I did Darkrai. The other two I don't explicitly remember.
Okay. I'm thinking, do I want to actually go this way? And yes, I probably do. So this is... I always have to stop and think. We don't want to do Pirate Base, so we want to go to the second door down. Fuck. No, tweaking is an old trick, but it was said for a really long time that getting Arceus, like, they figured out how to get Darkrai and Shaman, like, before it was even released in English. But Arceus, I think, was only a couple years ago. I didn't even check what item was down here. Oh, that's a suit. That is relevant to my interest.
Man, I love this living room. There's outlets everywhere. This is great. No more struggling to figure out where the fuck I'm gonna plug in my 56 different succotash warmers.
Glitzer Popping is a good name for a glitch. It was named that specifically so that it would have a cool name.
The only good Luigi's Mansion boss is the Disco Girl. I'm trying to think of other ones that I specifically enjoy fighting. That one I just breezed through like that. Like, I didn't even figure out how the fight worked. I just killed her and that was it.
Is that a boss I've not gotten to?
Yeah, you haven't gotten there. I kind of think the shark one is cool.
I want to play the shark one. Mirror Beach.
My favorite glitch name is L-Lock Space Jump with a Twist.
L-Lock Spring Space Jump with a twist.
Is that a different thing?
I don't know, sometimes they put the word spring in it.
Why does that work there? There's no spring ball in this game.
Glitzer Popping is really weird. It's a thing in Gen 3 involving the Pomeg Berry. And, like... I don't
think L-Lock Rodeo Jump with a Twist is a thing, because in order to do the L-Lock jump, you need to be holding L, and in order to do the Rodeo Jump, you need to use R, and those two don't go together. So it's pretty much one or the other.
I mean, you might be able to combine them.
My understanding is it's one or the other. You can't do both. Oh, cool. Here's another Omanite. Go ahead, Omanite. Fuck me. Let's do it. Okay, finally, there's one with Swift Swim. Okay.
We serve food here, sir.
There we go. That's what we need, Kong.
Yeah. fuck? What happened?
Did you fuck? Hey, don't fuck with me, buddy. What
Hey,
is
man,
my
did you just
insanely
swear?
broken team in DX? Well, it used to be one thing. Now I'm changing it to another thing because I found something that is probably even more broken. It used to be a Heracross with Swords Dance, Arm Thrust,
Yeah, thrust.
Bullet Seed, and Pin Missile with Rapid Bullseye. And Mega Heracross has Skill Link, so all of those will hit 5 times every time.
Yeah, flamethrower.
Rapid Bullseye makes them 100% accurate, and Swords Dance, they're all physical moves, so Swords Dance gives me +2 to attack, so they do a ridiculous amount of damage. I also had a Cloyster with Skill Link that had Spike Barrage, Icicle Spear, Shell Smash, and then another random move for coverage. So it would do tons of damage. And I have an Executor that has Hypnosis. What does it have? It's Hypnosis, Barrage.
Leech Seed.
No, I got rid of Leech Seed for Solar Beam because I was experimenting with Chlorophyll. But I used to have Leech Seed and Bullet Seed. So basically all these multi-hit moves with Rapid Bullseye
I did not
to just
need to do
do
that.
tons of damage, just all the
Yeah,
time.
cool.
But then, so Executor has Chlorophyll, and I noticed when I was going through one of the dungeons that Executor was like using all of its moves twice every time I used them once because of Chlorophyll in like sunny weather. I was like, wait a minute. And the thing is, like, even Hypnosis, which is not a multi-hit move, was getting 100% accuracy applied to it because of Rapid Bullseye working on multi-hit moves. Like, Chlorophyll made all the moves multi-hit no matter what they were. And I'm like, wait a second. Now, wait a minute now. That sounds broken. What else can I do with that? So I do some digging, and I changed my team into Omastar with Swift Swim, which I actually just got, with like Rollout and Shell Smash and a couple other moves I haven't decided. Because Rollout will always hit 5 times with Rapid Bullseye, and I'm also gonna do Kingdra, who has Agility and Swift Swim, and I'm also going to do Spiel because he gets both Rollout and Ice Ball, or Ice... yeah, Ice Ball. Yeah, something like that. And give one of them Rain Dance, so that Swift Swim will always be active. And... so like every one of their moves will always attack twice. And they're all linked together, so like, and there'll be agility, and like stat boosting moves. So it's like basically, I will move 4 times for every 1 time everyone else moves, and every one of those 4 moves will hit twice, and they'll be 5 times hits with stat boosts. So I'm expecting my DPS per turn to just be retarded. I should, like, my existing...
What the story, Mark?
My existing team already takes down legendaries and bosses within about 5 turns. This'll probably do it in 1 turn. Or at least it'll get close. Basically, I'm just trying to be as much of an asshole as I possibly can, and it's working out. I already have my Spiel and my Omastar. I just need to get a Horsey, which is what I'm currently making my way toward right now.
So I don't have Thermal Visor. I don't know where his weak spots are. I know they're always the same. I just don't remember them.
It probably is. My existing setup is broken as hell. This new one's probably going to be ridiculous. The only part of my team that doesn't really fit is Feel, but I should probably replace it with something that actually has Swift Swim. I just like the idea that it...
You're not using the Kingdra then?
Huh?
You're not going to use the Kingdra?
No, I am.
Well, that has Swift Swim, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I kind of tuned out when you were
I wasn't
explaining
talking
it,
about the Kingdra at all.
Okay. Well, I just got a text from Martin about the shelter-in-place thing. I didn't get to read it, but I guess that's a thing then.
Oh, so no more work for you?
Possibly not.
That's cool.
Well, I mean, I'll see.
I'm still going to have to go to work because work is at home for me.
Yeah. Alright, let's see. What is this?
While we wait for Thardus to have an
Yeah.
episode.
He said they ordered a shelter in place except for work and essential errands. Now, that might mean that I still have to go to work if we're considered essential, which I think we
You
might be.
provide food, so probably.
Well, shit. I am not a fan of that. I am not a Twitch partner, and I don't have the ability to, like, get subscriptions, so no, I can't actually get donations through Twitch. I've done that basically because I don't want to double dip. I have one place where people can do that, and I don't want to make it look like I'm asking for a ton.
How good are linked moves? They're ridiculously broken. Would you recommend linking a bunch of attacking moves without any stat? No, I would recommend, if you're going to link stuff, it should be stuff that works well together. I would put a stat boost and then an attacking move, or a stat decreasing thing on the opponent and then an attacking move. Those are good ideas. Things like Sunny Day and then Solar Beam. Oh, well, you can't link Solar Beam, but like stuff that combos together is a good idea. My Pokemon have every one of their moves linked together, so that way every turn they're cranking out every attack they can. Linked moves, in the original, they weren't that broken because when you run out of PP, they would de-link. And that was not... That made it much harder to micromanage. But, in the new one, they made it so that they don't de-link when you run out of PP. And also... it just, like, it decreases your belly by 1 unit every time you use them as, like, in exchange, which is a much easier thing to deal with, especially if someone on your team has the rare quality small stomach. It basically just isn't really an issue. It is very expensive in terms of max elixirs, though, but you can find those really commonly, so...
Okay, I just got a bunch of questions. So, first of all, I am still doing the, like, incentive videos. I just haven't done one in a long time. If people have games they want me to do, they just need to let me know. There's a few that are queued up that I'm supposed to have done for a long time, and I've just not gotten around to it. I don't really care about Twitch emotes, so yeah, I haven't bothered setting those up because I don't really see the point. If you want to do a single donation, you can. You would just basically become a patron for 1 month and then not after that. Like, you're able to do that. You just have to make sure to, like, not have it automatically deduct again. And, yeah, there's a public Discord and there's a private one. The private one is mainly used for, like, video links and that kind of stuff, but there is, like, discussion that goes on there sometimes. Just kind of depends on people's mood. Okay, so I am at a point right now where I think I can actually pretty much just finish the game. I don't have Boost Ball, but I don't know if I need it. Crystal's not dead. I have been actually playing it off screen. See, if I just gun it to a Mega Pirate, I should be able to kind of just skip most of this place. Yeah, there's been a public one for years. It's not set up by me. It was originally by Flustered, and now it's kind of run by a few people.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get these games on Switch. I would, if they put, I don't really want Trilogy Collection. I would want, I know I'm not going to get this. It's never going to happen. But I would want the original North American release on Switch so I can keep the glitches.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
No, but it would be cool.
It would be cool. But if they ported Trilogy over to Switch, I would definitely buy it.
What did I do? What did I do? Okay, I salvaged it.
That would be guaranteed income from me. Because I would buy that shit.
Boost Ball. Okay. Well, now I don't have to worry about getting stuck in Vent Shaft. Which I don't think was a concern anyway, because I was going to just not go there, but...
Did you ever even go into Phazon Mines?
This is my first time coming.
Yeah, this is your first trip.
I don't actually mind Phazon Mines, for the record. I can get through this place relatively easy most
I like
of the time.
Phazon Mines.
I just didn't want to go in here earlier because I didn't feel like I was prepared for it yet.
I would not be surprised if they didn't put the Prime series on Switch, because, like, for whatever reason, GameCube titles don't get ported much.
I think it's just because of the analog LNR, but yeah.
See, no, I don't think so. Like, they could fix that. Like, that's handleable.
Do I have a power bomb? I think I used my last one.
I think I imagine the reason GameCube games don't get ported is because of how difficult it would be to do. Like, you're talking about, you know, a fundamentally different architecture of a system, that it would take, like, a lot of work to port a GameCube game over. And sometimes they do it, but it's always a big deal when they do, you know, like Twilight Princess and Wind Waker.
Yeah.
They had to basically...
So they did the Prime trilogy on Wii, they did Luigi's Mansion on 3DS, they did Twilight Princess on Wii U, yeah. I don't know if there was any other major ones.
So GameCube games don't get ported too often, and when they do, it's always a big event. It's not like, you know, silently in the background, hey, we ported this game, it's available on the eShop. No, it's always like, here's this big deal. And I imagine it's because it takes a lot of work to do. So if they didn't port Prime, I wouldn't really be surprised. I would like it.
Well, I mean, Wii version or GameCube version, really, it's the same game. Twilight Princess is a GameCube game. That's what it was developed to be. Just like how Breath of the Wild is a Wii U game.
Well, the GameCube was only considered a failure from a sales perspective. I don't think anyone actually thinks the system was bad, except, take a look at my shit! That guy.
A bunch of edgelords from the early 2000s.
He didn't like the game.
The game only has fucking kitty shit on it. I want shoot.
I think the GameCube was a well-loved system. It's just that it didn't sell well for one reason or another. I don't even think that's true. I think it just didn't sell as much as they wanted it to, and that's why it kind of got the bad rap.
Oh, I could lock onto that with X-ray visor? Well, too late now.
Does everyone love the Wii U now suddenly?
I don't think they do.
I
always
so.
see people making fun of it.
Yeah, I think nobody liked the system, and I think people still don't like the system.
Which is stupid, because it was a good system.
It was a good system, just they fucked up the marketing really bad on that, which is a real shame. But that's okay, the Switch came out, and it's the same thing, but better, so whatever.
Pretty much.
Oh, you meant the GameCube, okay. I don't know if... I mean, that could be. I don't really remember that well. I don't really remember people bashing the GameCube too much. I do remember you got the typical stuff that you get every time, where it's always like, oh, the GameCube is so much less powerful than the PS2 or the Xbox. But you get that, like, literally every generation.
That generation was the one where I saw the console wars more than any other time. Like, I know it was really big in the Genesis Super Nintendo era, but, like, I was on the internet a lot, like, I basically, like, the internet kind of started getting big around that era, and that was when fucking everybody was making fun of Nintendo because their games are child-friendly and don't have enough blood in them, and so therefore aren't worth playing, and everybody was like this massive fucking edgelord. And I've seen people like, the GameCube has a handle. Why, you can't hold it like a real person? Oh my god. Like, just finding the stupidest shit to make fun of, and it was kind of amazing.
To be fair, the system didn't really need a handle, but, you know, I'm glad they put it there anyway. It was... The GameCube design was so cool because, like, you could make the thing portable to a certain extent. Like, it's the only full console that you could conceivably carry around with you and kind of use. Like, not all the time. You would need access to an outlet or, like, a car outlet or, like, an actual 120-volt outlet. But, like, it was the first system that you could actually do that with, because you could put the screen on it. Yeah, put the screen on it.
Yeah.
And all you would need to carry around with you is a power cable for it, and that was pretty much it. And that was cool. I liked doing that. I got so much use out of that. There were so many times when I was able to bring my GameCube with me on, like, car trips and stuff, and was able to play it. Or just in places where I didn't have easy access to a TV. Like, it was great.
I agree that the GameCube controller was one of the best ever made. I only rip on people who insist on using it in Smash.
I don't mind the GameCube controller. I can use it just fine, and I like it. But I think my favorite controller design is just the PlayStation controller. Like, I think that controller design is just, like... And I mean, it's kind of the standard now. Like, PlayStation made that, then Xbox kind of modeled theirs after it, and now those two lines use that general concept. And now the Switch has that too, and the Wii U did. So it's like... I'm not saying popularity makes it good, I just think there's a recipe for success built into that controller design.
So, my game plan here was to get to Omega Pirate, beat that, and then just basically go straight to the end of the game. But I just realized that I actually need Phazon suit to beat the game.
Oh, yeah, that's
and
kind of
that could be anywhere.
Yeah,
and I've been just kind of thinking I could skip the rest of the areas that I've not checked, and that is no longer the case.
No.
So as soon as I beat Omega Pirate, this is going to turn into where's the Phazon suit? And as soon as I find it, then I can go to the end of the game. But we have a substantial amount of game to check before I'm guaranteed to find it. Better fucking not be in here.
So the problem with that, it's like the GameCube controller does fit your hand better. It is more ergonomic. The thing is, the PS2, like, you can get ergonomic ones that use the exact same...
We're fine,
like,
Serena.
They use the same, like, shell design as the PS2 one, but it's just got the GameCube controls on it. Or, the other way around. Sorry, they use the GameCube shell, but it's got the PS2 controls on it. Like, I've used those, and those feel good. It's not really, like... When I'm thinking about the design of the controller, I don't necessarily mean just the plastic that it goes in, because that can be changed easily, and usually, you know, there's aftermarket ones that kind of offer it in different varieties. It's more about, like, the button layout and stuff. And the GameCube button layout both is good and also can be confusing at the same time. I guess just because it's so different, I don't know.
I mean, I have a PayPal, but I don't know if I have it linked anywhere. Actually, no, I know for a fact I don't, because I just made the PayPal a few months ago. I don't know. Do I need it? I'm sorry. Like, if you legitimately want to actually give a donation, I don't want to say no. I don't want to be greedy about it, but I mean, I'll take it. It's just, yeah, I have the one place where I take it, and that I've kind of considered that to be good enough.
I had the GameCube and the PS2 at the same time, but I never had a PS1, and I grew up with Nintendo systems before that, and Sega Genesis before that. So, like, the GameCube was much more my childhood console, because I actually played it a lot more than my PS2. I used the GameCube a lot more, I used the N64 a whole hell of a lot more, and I still wound up preferring the PS2 controller. I think it's just... I don't want to say it's designed better, because that's not really what it is. It's more like it's designed...
You want to give one outside of the subscription, but don't want to cause a whole issue. I don't know why that would. Like, if you wanted to do that, you could just increase your amount for 1 month and then change it back. That would probably be the best way to do it.
Yeah, the NES controller is a stiff box that's, like,
Ugh.
painful to hold.
And yet people say that it's like, oh my god, it's the classic. Like, no.
It is classic. It's
That
just,
doesn't make it good.
It's not... Like, the button layout is fine. D-pad, start, select, A and B. Fine, good.
Current bottleneck is I'm about to fight Omega Pirate, which is the last boss I need to fight to get to the end of the game, but I need Phazon suit, and it could be anywhere. So I'm going to have to do a sweep of the game soon. Saving again, because I lost a bunch of health. Anyway, since it was mentioned earlier, I also think there's nothing wrong with the design of the N64 controller. Like, I mean, it could have been better, but there's not really any games where it's uncomfortable. The problem is the control stick sucks, and, like, yeah, you can't reach the L button and D-pad in most games, but most games also don't use those, and if they do, then they don't use the control stick. So, yeah. Phazon suit actually can't be vanilla, because he's going to give me an artifact.
I like the N64 controller well enough.
It was serviceable.
I would say the GameCube was better.
Yeah.
I would also say the PS1 controller was better, despite the original one not even having an analog stick at all.
Right.
The cool thing about the D-pad on the PS controllers is that it functions somewhat like an analog stick, because they designed it to be so smooth to use. It's not an analog stick, and it's not a replacement for one, but you could get away with just having that. it's so much better than the shitty, stiff, like, crap one that they put on the Xbox controller. I don't know why they did that. They, like, went backwards.
The gamepad definitely is a game controller, and it was a pretty good one.
I like the gamepad. The gamepad was cool. And the nice thing is we still have the gamepad. It's the Switch. The Switch just is the gamepad. I like that. That's good continuity.
Come on, don't fuck me. What the hell? Why is he over there? That's weird.
Well, that's because we have 5 E-tanks to work with now. And, like, more weapons to use.
Is he... Where is he? Is he... Okay. But yeah, having the charge beam is surprisingly helpful. It is something that you don't really appreciate until you don't have it. See, I don't get how people didn't know that the Wii U was a system. Like, if you don't follow games at all, then sure, but like, it very clearly was its own thing. Like, games were released for that system. They weren't, like, for the Wii and, like, with this add-on or whatever. More wave beam pirates? Come on. Give me something else.
Nope, that's all you get. It's just, they just fucked up the marketing, that's all. They didn't advertise the thing enough. The name could have been better to help distinguish it. That's basically all it was. They could have used some more third-party support on it, which they didn't get because of the other reasons.
Hey look, I got the Phazon suit, except I didn't actually.
You know, but that's okay. They learned their lesson, you know. They realized, wow, not marketing it and giving it a name that makes it hard for people to differentiate because people are stupid. That really didn't do us any favors. And then all our third party jumped ship and then we had to abandon the console. That's a lot of money down the drain. How do we make sure that doesn't happen again? Okay, well this time with the Switch, let's give it a name that is unique. Although Switch, you know, I mean, as far as consoles go, it's unique.
Come on, come on!
Probably could have been something that wasn't a common household item, but other than that, it's an improvement.
Taking more fucking damage from this than the boss.
Then they were like, hey, let's actually make a really big deal out of this console. And that drove sales. And then they were like, you know what also we should do? Let's make sure we get a bunch of third-party devs secured on board day one, ready to go. And then that'll encourage other developers to get on board, and that's exactly what happened. And then the system did well, and then here we are.
And yet I still see people bitching about it.
Well, people are always going to bitch about stuff.
Like, I saw this article a few days ago talking about how, like, oh, the system's 3 years old now, and everyone's like, yeah, and it fucking sucked. It has one game on it.
Well, they're wrong.
I guess we're gonna clear out Phazon Mines. It's either that or go to Magmore and Phendrana, and I have no idea where the thing's going to be. It could be literally anywhere, so we'll do this place because I'm here. Except actually, I don't think I can go backwards through this because of the laser barrier, so... Or not, the rock wall you blow up with the razor. Well, see, apparently, again, like, I don't even have a Switch, but I mean, I've certainly played on it enough. Apparently, like, it's overpriced even at $300 because it's literally just a tablet or something. Like, people claim that it's not a real system and that the only game on it is Breath of the Wild and it has no third-party support, and I don't know.
So all of those things are just false. Fortunately, what they claim doesn't matter. What matters is what the truth is, and the truth is not what they're saying. So their input doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm glad that the system's doing well. I wish they didn't have to tank another system to get there, but that's okay, I guess.
Missile that I don't need.
I bet that's the type of person that shops at music, bitch.
Mix that music.
Hold on, let's stop and load everything.
Apparently.
Yeah, the strong launch title, that was another thing they fixed.
Cool. I'm playing this on emulator, so I don't think it's gonna crash. Alright, well, again, I do definitely appreciate that, and if you had, like, depending on how big it was, I mean, really the only qualification for the, like, customized, like, bonus video thing is it's supposed to be, like, a total of $100, like, no matter how long it takes to get there. Like, if you've reached that and you wanted me to do something, then just let me know.
Yeah, I agree. I think if a system has a lot of shovelware, that's actually a good thing. That indicates the system was successful enough such that everyone thought of that system as the, hey, this is where we put our cheap, shit game, because this is the system the most people have that will reach the largest audience and be the most accessible. That's probably a good thing. There were a few things on the Switch launch. The big thing was Breath of the Wild, and Nintendo very heavily pushed at the time. They're like, hey, there is a Mario game coming up. They were very clear about that.
Alright, well, in that case, I guess anybody who is watching this, assuming I put this on YouTube, which I should, I just never remember to take stuff off of Joel's computer, they will see you in the comments and you will be known. And they will see, thank you, Chad Warden. Yeah, 1-2 Switch probably should have been packing. Yeah. I would have played it for the purpose of making fun of it, but if I have to pay for it, then I'm not going to play it.
I'm okay with it not being, just because I have no interest in that game and I don't want it clogging up my shelf.
I like how the launch title, casual title has basically just gotten worse in Nintendo systems, because you had Wii Sports, which was people liked that game.
I played that game a lot. That was a fun game.
Then there was Nintendo Land, which I actually did play a lot of, but I don't think it was really that popular. And then now we have 1-2 Switch, which is just trash.
Yeah, don't disagree with the idea of there being some kind of pack-in game. I just don't think I would have. I don't think I or really anyone else would have wanted 1-2 Switch as being that game.
Wait, was Pilot Wings 3D a pack-in game? I wasn't counting the 3DS anyway, but was that a pack-in game? I thought you had to... I thought those were like... I mean, I guess 1-2 Switch wasn't either, so fair enough. I've never played a Pilot Wings game. I think there's been 3 of them, and I have never given a shit on any of them.
I'm just saying I'm okay with 1-2 Switch not being included. I'll pass on that rip snorting good time.
Pilot Wings was a launch. I think it was Pilot Wings and Mario 64 were the only 2 games that the system launched with. And also, what was it? I was gonna make a joke about that stupid baseball game that John Tron made the joke about, but I couldn't remember the name.
Willem Dafoe basketball.
That was it.
It's not even a real game.
Hey, asshole. Back the fuck up.
Motion controls don't universally suck. They just have to be used correctly.
They're good in games like Splatoon.
They're also good in, like, Ocarina of Time 3D. The gyro in that game, pretty good. And the best part about it, you don't have to use it if you don't want to. Like, there's a very big difference between, like...
There's 3 kinds of motion control. There's Metroid Prime 3, force it into everything.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Gyro aiming, like Splatoon, and there's garbage, like Star Fox Zero. So...
But even then, there are also motion controls that aren't gyro that are also good.
Like the pointer controls in Trilogy.
And Super Mario Galaxy, I think, used a lot of motion control, and it was pretty good, right? I don't really remember. It's been so long.
It used the waggle for the spin move, and it used the pointer for the star bits.
Yeah.
And other than that, it was mostly gimmick levels, like the manta ray riding and the rolling on the ball stuff, which I was not a huge fan of.
I liked the rolling on the ball ones. I thought
they were okay.
Cool.
Yeah, I thought you had to, like, tie it to the controller with shoelaces or something.
What?
There was a way to play Splatoon with motion controls by, like, tying a Wiimote to a Pro Controller.
What the fuck?
It was, like, an actual option in the game.
Why would they do that?
Shit.
I will never understand why the N64 and the GameCube just don't get their stuff ported that often.
I don't Oh, okay, that was interesting. I don't understand why the fuck they can't just release a whole bunch of their old games on the online service, or give you the option to pay for them individually if you want, instead of fucking keeping them in the Disney vault. Like,
yeah.
What is the reason for this?
Other than the aforementioned, it's difficult and expensive to remake those games because
but they
they're
don't
on
have
consoles
to remake
that...
them. They can just re-release them. Like, fucking put out 20 N64 games, like, or just all the first-party stuff. Try to get some third-party stuff if they can. Like, why don't they do that?
Oh, you mean emulating them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking, like, you can't just take an N64 cartridge and just slap it into a Switch. Like, what?
Because it's like, with a lot of games, if you don't own the old system, you just are kind of fucked. Like, even with emulation, some games just don't emulate well, like Pokemon Snap, DK64.
DK64 doesn't run well on its original console.
No, but it runs even worse on emulator because you get giant trees sticking out of your shoulder.
Also, sometimes your limbs just have better places to be.
Yeah. Why the fuck did it take them until the Wii U to release Earthbound? I mean, that I think was licensing issues, but...
I can tell you right now, N64 Classic is not happening soon. I don't know if it will or will not happen, but it's not going to be soon.
I am curious if they'll ever release an official statement on Mother 3. I'm pretty sure they're never going to release the game, but they might at least give a reason. I don't know. It's just weird. I think everybody is assuming it's the Magypsies, but it could be a lot of things.
What are you talking about?
Why Mother 3 never got localized.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, I've seen that argument too, that the game is like anti-capitalism, but fuck off.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's preventing them from selling the game. Man, I don't need a Beldum. Get that shit out of here.
Wait, how the fuck is Undertale pro-communist? Wanna run that one by me real quick?
I don't think we should get into that.
No, I'd like to know.
No, tell me, please.
Let's see. I think I've cleared out Phazon mines.
Well, that didn't take too long.
There's just the item in the Phazon tunnel, which I can't get without Phazon suit, so it shouldn't be that.
Dude, fuck off.
I think I got everything else, or at least saw what it was. Okay, so yeah, let's go here. Exit through the garbage chute.
Throne item boost. Good ability.
I've actually been on a massive Earthbound kick lately, and it's almost actually wanted me to, I've almost wanted to try Mother 1. I've just heard it's super clunky. And I know that there's like a ROM hack that makes it more approachable, but
I ended up getting a Sans shirt, by which you mean a blue sweater. Or hoodie, I guess.
yes, thank you.
Thank you, Chad Warden. I don't need 2 Remerades. I think I can do without that.
Yeah, I've looked into that. Again, I don't know if I'll actually ever play it, but I might want to like watch a playthrough of it at least.
The Sega Genesis was a good system for RPGs. It had a lot of really good ones. Shining Force is the first one that immediately comes to mind. despite the fact that the system was marketed. It's funny how, like, Sega and PlayStation basically traded each other. Like, Sega dropped out of the market, and PlayStation took exactly their spot in the market, which was the, like, they were the mature gaming console that also had, like, a really big JRPG, like, Japanese audience focus, as opposed to, like, the sex box, which was, like, for the hardcore American audience. Now, granted, such a thing I don't think existed at the time of the Sega, but it is just kind of funny how they both kind of filled that same role.
I always see the Genesis as basically just being a bunch of, like,
Well, it's not just the Genesis.
Well, no, I'm just saying because, like, talking about the Genesis library, like, most of the games that I've seen on it seem like either very subpar platformers or sports games.
I actually really like the Genesis sound font. It's very distinctive, and it can be really, really good. Like, there are tons of great soundtracks on the Genesis. I think that the Genesis is often defined by its bad soundtracks, and I don't think that's very fair. The Genesis sound system had, like, this grit to it that you could really do interesting things with that other systems didn't have. And my understanding is the reason for that is because the Genesis actually had, like, it had a chip in it that's the same chip that, like, professional music equipment used at the time. Which was cool. Aw, you're not even gonna try Life Grove Dance?
No, I don't know how to do it.
Well, I don't either.
Man, this hunt for the Phazon suit's gonna be real fun, isn't it? Let's all place bets on what my missile count is gonna be by the time I get there. I'm gonna say 220. I would like it to not be 220, but that's my guess.
It's taking me so long to get through this dungeon. I'm only on floor 10.
How long is it? 40?
Yeah, but I don't need to get to the end. I just need to get to wherever the fine horsey honeys are hanging out at.
The rock does look like Homestar, and I've actually made that comment before. I didn't make it because I figured that I didn't need to make it again. And for the record, that was not me saying, like, oh, how dare you make a comment that I've made. It was just, I thought it was kind of funny because we both thought it.
This fucking guy. Come on, man.
Dildo. Okay. Time to go through the sunken ship backwards. I have that area, a few random isolated spots of Chozo Ruins, most of Magmore, and most of Fendrana, so really, like, half the game. Where the fuck... Okay, there we go. The moment I find what I'm looking for, I can just abandon ship and head to the impact crater. Because I don't think I need anything else.
The GameCube attempted to kind of squeeze in on a market that Sony had already well filled by that point. They were just too late to market.
Yeah, I knew about the Foster's cameo. This is the section of the game that I remember the least, and going through it backwards is not going to help.
You don't have thermal.
No, I do.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Not that I really need it, but I have it if I do.
Square Enix started... Let's see, they started showing up on Nintendo platforms. Like, they had stuff on the Super Nintendo. Then there was the PlayStation era where they started being exclusive to them. Then I want to say that stopped... Oh gosh. Did that stop with the Switch? Was it that recent?
Referring to what?
Like when Square Enix started publishing their games on Nintendo platforms again?
No, I thought they did back in, like, Wii. I mean,
Did they?
It depends on what the games are, because, like, even on GameCube, they had, like, Crystal Chronicles and stuff. It's just the main Final Fantasies have always kind of been, like, PlayStation and PC. What is my favorite cartoon I watched as baby? Give me a cutoff age. Then I'll have a better answer to that. Age 6. That's hard to say. Maybe Ninja Turtles. I know I watched that when I was a kid, and then stopped watching it, and have never cared about the series since.
What's the question?
What was my favorite cartoon when I was batty?
Oh.
I know I also watched, like, a bunch of stuff on the Disney Channel, including, like, Darkwing Duck, and I have no memory of any of that stuff now.
I remember what mine was.
Was it Beans?
No.
Are you going to share it with the class?
No.
Okay. Is Johnny Bravo my favorite Cartoon Network show? No. I don't know what is. Maybe like Ed, Edd and Eddy. Courage. I never really thought about it, I guess. I like Johnny Bravo. Just wasn't my favorite.
Man, what the fuck floor do these things start showing up? Damn. They made a That's So Raven sequel? Wow. I mean, other than Cory in the House, I guess.
Did not realize those were related.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never watched either.
In That's So Raven, Cory is Raven's brother, and he would usually, in every episode, have a B-plot going on with him.
I do remember Mike, Lou, and Dog. I've seen a few episodes of it, and I remember it being thoroughly unimpressive. Alright, well, Sunken Ship was not particularly interesting.
How dare you say that to me? Also, from what I remember, I didn't really watch the show that much, but I do find it funny that Cory is Raven's sister, and so you'd think that,
Cory
like...
is her sister.
Or...
I know what you meant, I just had to be an
Dang it.
asshole.
You know, you'd think that, like, you know, the plot for Cory in the House is, like, they moved to the White House because the father of the family got a job as a chef there. You would think that that would include bringing along Raven, but from what I remember, she's just not in the show. Just anywhere. So, Raven's dad and brother moved to Washington, D.C. for this job, and just left her behind in, I think they were in California. Because fuck her, I guess. I don't know what she's fucking off doing in the meantime.
Eating.
You know, I don't even get the concept here. You'd think the more interesting character, you know, the one that can see into the future, would be the, like, why are we just completely ditching this person? If you want to switch the focus off of them, that's fine. Like, she doesn't need to be the main character. But why is she just gone? No, she can see into the future. That's cheating. We need
It's
to
like
create
Planet
drama.
Sheen. Let's just make an extremely shitty spin-off of a character that is not the most interesting character of the original show. Then again, I didn't really like Jimmy Neutron that much either, but still.
I have seen shows beat out Ed, Edd and Eddy in terms of animation fluidity, but I can only think of one animation that rivals Ed, Edd and Eddy's sound design. Because Ed, Edd and Eddy had some crazy sound design.
Yeah. What's the one that you think rivals it?
I don't want to say it.
Okay. Is that a hot take?
No, but it's gonna invite argument.
Okay. I also hate the phrase hot take, and yet I used it anyway, so I'm becoming what I hate.
You are what you eat. I have seen Bob's Burgers. I don't find it very good. I find it rather boring.
I like Bob's Burgers. Oh, got Phazon suit. We're good.
Do any kid shows
It was
beat it
just
out?
behind a random wall.
Do any kid shows beat it out in mean-spiritedness? I can't think of any.
Drake and Josh, maybe.
Oh yeah, Drake and Josh was pretty mean-spirited, but I don't think it was quite as bad.
Did anybody guess 165? You are still alive. I was wondering about that. How dare you not watch every single frame of this? It's okay, there was not really actually Earthbound spoilers, but spoilers. But it was getting close to that territory, so if you missed it, then that was good.
Drake and Josh started off hating each other, I think, but then, like, way later into the series, I think they started to actually kind of...
165's Ladybug, yeah. Give us that. I think I just kind of had a hate boner for Drake and Josh, and
I like that show.
I've seen episodes of it that were funny. It had its moments, but it pissed me off more often than not. I hated how just they pretty much never were able to come out on top.
Dude, fuck off.
I did like yeah, I don't know. Because I liked iCarly, so... I liked early iCarly, at least. I think it got worse, but I didn't watch it for that long.
Ed, Edd and Eddy I definitely had a hard time with because of how incredibly mean-spirited it was.
Yeah, I mean, I'm realizing now how inconsistent that is, because that show was also, like, kind of awful, but...
Ed, Edd and Eddy was, like, really bad about it. I still watched it, I did like the show, but a lot of times I'd be like, wow, this really sucks.
Breaker, this is the doorman looking for some semen. If anyone's out there picking up what I'm putting out, y'all come on back! Alright, let's attempt to boost into Ridley's ass. That would be Neville. It is because of him that I know the word haberdashery and toppanot.
Haberdashery. Is that a place that sells hats?
It's like men's accessories. Oh, there we go. It doesn't actually have to be Ridley's ass specifically.
It's right there. See, I drew it with a magic marker. You were supposed to cut it out with the power saw.
What are we talking about?
Drake and Josh.
Oh, the treehouse.
Yeah.
What was the dream of somebody finding you? Oh, it was I was at a Best Buy, and somebody saw me, and like knew who I was, and then they like posted on Twitter, "Saw you at the Best Buy. Now I know everything," and they just somehow had all of my like passwords and shit. I surprisingly do not have the Wave Buster, that Wave Buster, so I'm having to fight him somewhat normally, actually. Okay, maybe not. I'm getting fairly lucky. Oh god, I watched one episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm because Vinny always talks about how good it is, and yeah, it was hard to watch.
I've never heard of that. What is that?
Do you know who Larry David is?
No.
I think he was a writer for Seinfeld. He's basically just a comedian. The show is written by him, and he's the main character, and it's just kind of like a... It's almost... I've never actually watched Seinfeld, so I don't know if it's similar to that, but it's just kind of a, like... the Louis C.K. Louis show, where it just kind of, like, follows him going through random events and, like, bad things happen. I don't... Someone else might be able to explain it better. I definitely want the Banjo amiibo. I'm waiting for it to be announced. I also liked Louis. That was a good show.
Good show.
God, Always Sunny. I need to catch up on that show, too.
I just don't want to constantly see bad things happen to people who may or may not deserve it.
Always Sunny isn't really about bad things happening to them. It's more just about the main characters being completely irredeemable douchebags. And for some reason, it just works.
I'm taking this Flaffy. I don't know if I need one, but I'm taking it anyway. I do need one.
I don't want a Sword and Shield Pokemon to be in Smash. If they had to add one, I don't know what I'd want it to be, because I definitely don't want Cinderace, and that's what most people think it's going to be. Phalanx would be cool, but unlikely. Toxtricity would be cool.
I'd like Toxtricity.
I'd probably just prefer for them to not add a new Pokemon at all, though. We don't really need any more.
Metroid Prime.
Good, I like how that super misty missed. I was butthurt over Incineroar. I mean, not to a massive degree, but I wasn't a fan of it's being included, and I still never use it. I'm not gonna, like, bitch about it on my live journal, but I would have preferred Sil Valley if they had to do a Gen 7. Hey, I never said I wanted Pidove to be playable. Don't be putting words in my mouth. I mean, the deconfirmation of Grinch Leak was a bit of a blow, but it's also that I just find Incineroar kind of boring. Oh, wait, what am I doing?
What are you doing?
Shit, I fucked that up. I should have hit him with another Ice Spreader. I forgot that this was a phase where you have to go in the trenches. I actually like playing as Byleth, kind of, but yeah, the character did not need to be added by any stretch of the imagination. The Dealy Boppers, I think, do a full E-Tank. They're pretty strong. Yeah, burping, yeah. It's definitely possible. Cranky Kong Spirit Battle clip? No, I don't know what that is. I assume from World of Light Spiritless. Well, we're about to get hit by Dealy Boppers, so we'll see how much damage they do. Apparently not as much as I thought.
Maybe they only do a full E-Tank if you don't have any, like... Or if you don't have gravity, I guess.
Not sure. Well, in vanilla, I think Phazon suit is just 50% damage reduction, even if you don't have the suits below it. Yeah, Isaac and Shadow really should have been deconfirmed early on, rather than making people think that they'd be in. Like, I don't give a shit about Shadow, and I've never played Golden Sun, so I don't have an attachment to Isaac as a character, but I still think he would have been fun to play as. So, yeah, it was kind of stupid waiting so long about those. Waiting so long about those. Are we sure this is a boss fight? It's a boss fight that I could practically do in my sleep at this point. Which is weird, because it's not that easy of a fight. I've done it so many times, I know how to do it really well. Oh no, same thing. Like, there's no characters that I think, like, desperately need to be added as DLC. As far as first party goes, there's not many characters that are missing that are, like, notable. The best you could say is, like, Dixie, Toad, I guess Isaac, technically. But that, like, let's be fair, Isaac is a character from a GBA RPG. Like, he's not that big of a character. And then as third parties go, like, you can pick really anything, but there's not any that I really care about that much. There's just some that I would want more than others. Well, Lucas got in, but he got in when the GBA was still not that old. I've given my list of wanted characters a bunch of times, but I'll give it again. It's pretty much Spyro, Steve, Shell from Portal. I'd be okay with Crash Bandicoot, even though I don't really have a connection to those games. Lara Croft, I don't know what they'd do with her, though, because they don't like to put in guns, usually. Banjo got in because he has an extremely loud fan base, which, I mean, I guess to be fair, so did Isaac. So, I don't know. I'm not making an argument that he shouldn't get in, I'm just saying that we're kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel for first party. I wouldn't mind them doing more characters from, like, Sonic or Mega Man. Preferably villains. I don't really think we need Shadow or Knuckles or anything. I think Robotnik would be more interesting. I didn't have rage that Grinch Leak was proven false, I was just disappointed.
Well, what was in Grinch Leak that you wanted?
Banjo was the main one, but I mean, there was other cool stuff in there. It had Isaac, it had the Rhythm Heaven Chorus Kids, which would have been interesting. The off-the-wall, like, nobody wanted this character was Mach Rider, which would have actually been kind of cool. Also, we need a new Zelda character that isn't just 3 Links, a semi-clone Ganondorf, Zelda, and Zelda in drag. Because, like, the series has other characters, and I don't know why they never picked from any of them. I believe that's probably game. There we go. How long was that? Almost 3 hours. That's not bad, I think. Not that I have any comparison to really make. It's definitely gone faster than other playthroughs because I didn't have to find all the artifacts. But yeah, since we're talking about it, I would prefer Midna if we were going to get another Zelda character, probably. But Twilight Princess is not the relevant game anymore, so I doubt they'd go with that. But she's the best out of all the side characters, as far as I'm concerned.
I agree with that.
I didn't have any plans to stream anything after this, so we might, but I mean, I have no idea. Well, yeah, she's an assist now, I'm just saying, like, not counting that. Oh, that was under 50%. We didn't even get the helmet off. Stream Juice World? What the hell is that? Giant block of texture! Oh. I didn't realize that was added in the credits, okay.
What was?
The list of where all the major items ended up.
Oh.
Oh, 64. Maybe. Okay, so I think helmet off is 75% then. I thought it was 50. Well, that was fun. Always enjoy going through that game.
That's a good
Discount
game.
Chinese Mario Galaxy. Let's immediately have you play through Seed.
No, I don't feel like doing that right now. We just went through one.
I always feel awkward ending streams when I'm like not completely burnt out yet, but I don't have plans to play anything else, so we're just gonna kind of
We
stop.
could figure out something else to do.
We could potentially do Luigi's Mansion after a short break, but I'm not gonna promise that, so we will announce it if it happens, and if not, then there will be beer. There will not actually be beer.